Greetings to attendees. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Vitaly and I'm an application engineer at JeraSoft. As usual, I will be a moderator and a speaker of our webinar today. It's a privilege for me to start our 5th webinar session. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch our previous webinars on the official YouTube page. Before we start, I'd like to mention that this webinar is being recorded and we will provide attendees an access to the video recording in a follow-up email after our presentation, so you can review this webinar at leisure. Of course, the recording will be published on YouTube page. If you have questions that concern our webinar, you will find a chat panel in the right side of your browser, or go to application window where you can type your questions directly to me and I will answer you right after our presentation. In fact, today we are going to make a brief review of all announced new features, improvements for new major release 3.13.0, and we strongly recommend you to take a look at our release notes, namely release 3.13.0. with all features described in details. Moreover, in handouts panel of GoToWebinar application, you will find a PDF document with a list of all useful links, an article about API usage and integration. All useful details have been described, and now we are going to talk about the most important enhancement in the new release 3.13. Let's start from easiest improvements, so the brainstorm will be a little bit later. After upgrade of your system to the version 3.13.0, you will find a search field above the billing menu. This field allows you to type any word that is going to match with some entity in the billing and show your result in the drop-down list. By default, system shows all matched results in the current sections and suggestions based on matched word from the next 7 sections. So we are talking about global search in client section, accounts, rate table, packages, DID numbers, routing plans, and codecs. And system indicates matched result under the global search. So when I'm going to find all possible matches that starts from def, system will show me as an example company name default, the possible client in the possible client template, and also system showing me possible 3 matches, 3 codecs that are presented in the system. Additionally, if you search in the section with no entities, like for example system status or task scheduler, where you cannot find some entities list, and when you're going to start to search based on some details and push the enter button, system automatically opens clients list and show matched result from this section. So system will try to match all possible customers and terminators where the letter D is presented. Therefore, you can open respective settings faster and easier. So now you don't need to go to the specific section. You can just type the name and find out quickly that information or that tool that you are looking for. Well, let's go to another very important improvement. One of key focus areas for the release is a new and trendy customers portal. Let's take a closer look at main advantages of this portal. So customers portal is a separate application integrated with the VCS via API. So it can be hosted separately from the VCS. As a result, you can fully isolate VCS from the public internet. Also, as you see, The new interface of the customer's portal is absolutely reworked, and it looks modern and user-friendly. The third point that I would like to mention about the customer's portal, it's open source. The portal is delivered with open source code, so you can use it as a start point for customization or your own development. Also, it comes with docs on how to integrate your customization. The client's portal, fully API based. You can easily copy source code to the separate server and be sure that granted access to your subscribers avoid possibility to get direct access to the core interface of the billing platform. It will be used as a separate node with the separate IP that will be blocked for access from public IPs. It makes more secure connection to the billing platform. And starting from version 3.13, the client portal will be hosted by default on the port 9080. So to access it, you just need to open the correct link. It can be HTTP and IP address of your VCS platform, or you can assign your own domain name to the portal and add the port 9080. Well, let's make a brief presentation of default options that are included to our new portal. Well, it includes the dashboard where subscriber can view information about his available balance and details about used services for last 30 days. It's the first page that client will see after success login to the portal. Also, there are direct links to refill subscriber balance and to view a detailed report for service usage. Another option, it's a basic rates. So this rates list shows all details for the subscriber, and client can find all effective rates, choose correct type of service, and make a search based on the destination name. In the next section, refill balance, that assigns to the billing payments panel, client will be able easily to refill his balance through integrated payment gateways. It can be PayPal or Authorize.net. Or using internally generated top-up cards, client can choose an option redeem voucher, enter the PIN code of the top-up cards, and add additional funds to own balance. Well, as the next option, payment history describes for you and shows to the customer all payments, the history of all payments that were made by this customer. And invoices section show for the customer the list of all received invoice from the provider. Let's go to the next panel, usage history, where subscriber can generate summary report to get details about used services for proper period of the time and choose proper group by parameters. Here, client will be able easily to define correct period of the time and get information by days, summary by months, etc. And of course, subscriber can get detailed report for proper period of the time. Client will be able to filter information based on account, based on the service name, and also get details based on the packages entity that were assigned to the client. Here it is. And the last panel, account settings, allows subscriber to add general information to his account and change the password. You can configure credentials for the client portal as usual in the client info section of the customers entity. So you just need to activate clients panel, add the login and the first password that will be used here. Also, we want to mention that the access field is not applicable for the client portal. Now, all options by default is predefined in the basic configuration of the new customers portal. And we would like to warn you that an old clients panel, let's remind how it looks like. So the old interface of the clients panel, old clients panel portal, will be deprecated from the next major version 3.14. So now you can, there are like two independent portals, the old one and the new one. So you can use the old one and inform your customers, let's say that you are going to move, that you're going to present and launch the new customers portal. And from the next major release, only new portal will be supported. Of course, we recommend you to read an article about new portal. You will be able to find details how to configure basic panel, how to start make customization for your needs, and how to add all needed options, how to define the configuration file, how to set up needed settings. Here is a detailed article how to start use new customers portal. Well, let's go to another option that is implemented in the system. Right now we are going to the statistics panel. So JeraSoft team has implemented a new type of report for accounting, namely Invoicing Report. It allows your company to monitor outgoing incoming invoices and effectively analyze the statistics by any period. Also, it could be integrated with your accounting systems via API requests. You can find this section in the Statistics Invoicing Report. So JeraSoft team integrated a new type of this report, and it enables to overview and analyze invoicing items across the system with possibility to export data in CSV, XLS, and xlsx formats. Invoicing Report generates the statistics according to the invoices. As an example, we have prepared one test invoice. There is like detailed information and total information of service usage. So, and system is going to prepare, when you're going to generate the new report, all details that are presented in an invoice will be presented in the report. So one row, it's the special invoice item from generated invoice. If you delete the invoice, the data will be no longer present in report 2. So when you're going to generate invoice, you will be able to get proper type of report for specific invoice, as an example. When you're going to delete it, immediately all information will be deleted for this report too. The report, this invoicing report, shows data according to the variables determined in the invoice template. So if there is the special variable, like in the statistics table of the invoice template, and this variable is a rate, this column will be presented in the report. But if this variable is not presented in the invoice template, this column and this information won't be presented in the generated report. Based on the different templates of invoice managers of invoices, manager or system will prepare invoice that includes list of different parameters, and that means that different columns will be presented for different invoices. Let's say when you're going to choose one invoice, there will be information about rate, cost. When you're going to choose absolutely another invoice, let's say there will be information about rate, cost, quantity of usage of some used services, etc. Well, and one more very important component that is presented in the system it's a new section or panel, integration. So this new component integration includes the next sections: gateways, number portability, previous LNP MNP databases, provisioning API, API testbed, and core API docs. The integration component involves all features for a real-time integration with the third-party systems. Here you will find all sections that are removed from configuration and system panels, such as gateways, provisioning API, API testbed, and number portability, or old LNP MNP database section. And now, as you see, VCS comes with an advanced core API documentation portal integrated in the system. To find it, go to the Integration, Core API Docs. This section contains a detailed guide with specifications and examples for core API methods available through JSON RPC service. Let's say we want to take a look on all possible actions that we can use for API integrations between the billing and third-party system. Here is detailed information about parameters that are used, examples, and methods that is possible to use for clients section. Well, also I want to mention, and my colleagues from support department will mention too, that you can get a PDF file of the core API docs. Please send a request to support@jerasoft.net to get the PDF document of core API usage. Also, right now it's attached to the handouts panel of the GoToWebinar application, so you can easily download it just right now. Well, if you want to remind details about core API, we recommend you to visit our docs portal and read an article about it in the user guide. So there is information about core API integrations, provisioning API, and a standard management API. And of course, we would like to remind our customers that list of compatible gateways is being constantly expanded. Yes. From the version 3.12, when clients has a new tool to create new special new independent billing services, JeraSoft team prepares new integrations with SMS, broadband gateways, and many other ones. As the latest example, JeraSoft Billing has been extensively integrated with DAS Solutions SMS Gateway. Now you can use a new DAS SMS collector for billing SMS. In general, DAS Solutions SMS Gateway is a carrier-grade and in-house developed platform that gives telecom carriers and the service providers the capability to offer their customers the entire range of messaging services. The platform has an impressively high throughput and the ability to manage SMPP and SS7 interconnections. And we are pleased to present an integration with telco bridges, TMG and TSBC that includes radius authorizations and accounting and dynamic routing functionality. Perfectly synchronized, the combination of JeraSoft and telco bridges solution allows wholesale and retail web providers to fine-tune their services offering and capture the most lucrative market segments. Moreover, in the nearest future, you will get news about our new integrations. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all. Yeah, it's a short webinar session, and I hope you found this session useful and informative. Thank you so much for your attention. It was a pleasure for me and for our team to prepare and make this webinar and this new release for our attendees, for our customers and potential clients. We wish you have a nice day, and we are happy that you are using JeraSoft billing software. Thank you so much for your attention one more time. Thank you. Bye.